Hello and welcome back to Romantic Renewal with Sean Donovan and Mahesh Trivedi. Our lesson today, defining what's important. In the last lesson, we explored the fact that everyone changes. Part of life is adapting to these changes. The exciting part of change is that you know it'll happen. You just don't know how it'll happen or in what areas. In this lesson, we'll explore what is most important to you. Some of these will be tangibles, such as how you spend your time together. Others, intangibles, such as respect. So, Mahesh, talk to us about some areas of exploration.
Thanks, Sean. So, in the course, having come this far, naturally you have gained insight into yourself and your partner. If the two of you have delayed having a heart-to-heart discussion about what is important to you, now is the time. So, I will just start with some examples of topics for discussion. Some topics may be important to one of you, but not the other. And if one is not important to either of you, then you are all set in that area. So let's start with the important topics in a order. So they are almost like a five. So number one is monogamy important to both of you? So you may have an assumption regarding monogamy, but your partner might not. So again, earlier you explored the expectations of friendship. You may have discussed monogamy at that time. If not, then take time to discuss your expectation. Also, this is a good time to discuss expectations about, you know, like a adult material, like some of those type of thing. No, yes, if yes, what are you both comfortable with? So, and number two area is, do you want to have children together? So in the lesson on the children, you already explored the challenges when you bring children into the relationship. So do you want to have children of your own? So another point is that same gender couples need to explore whether adoption, surrogacy, or sperm bank donors are agreeable to you both. Women, of course, need to discuss about this. Um, Different gender couples may also explore the same issues, as well as whether or not the female will become pregnant. And of course, religious beliefs may play a role. So be clear with each other on the various questions which can arise. Number three is, do you have expectations regarding visiting with extended family? So some people are very close to their extended family and others are not. So there are two things. Discuss your relationship with your family. Do you want to visit them often or just once in a while, or stay as far away as possible? And second thing is, often one partner ends up buying gifts, cars, and staying in contact with both extended families. So be clear with each other about who has what responsibility. Number four is that, if not married, do you intend to get married? So it's very painful when one of you thinks you are headed to marriage and other has no intentions of doing so. So again, there are 2 points to consider. Some people want to get married for religious reasons, others for social reasons, and still others for legal reasons. And second point is that if marriage is important to one and not the other, then you may need to re-evaluate your relationship. And the last one, number 5, is list other areas of discussion important to one or both of you. This is all as a part of heart to heart discussion if you did not have earlier. So, as you discuss the important expectation in your life, put them in writing because you already gone through that. There are important criterias, and time can change your memory of what was said. And there are healthy couples who have a conversations about their lives together on their anniversary. Sean, I can't hear you.
Okay, hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the dog was barking. I turned it off. I'll cut that bit out and we'll start again. So what's our topic is defining what's important.
Yeah.
Just make a note. Middle. And I was doing such a good job. Okay.
You want
Ready?
to start
Yeah.
again?
No, I'll just pick it up. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay, thanks, Mahesh. So I'll just run through those points once again because they're quite important. So the first one that you spoke about was monogamy. And as you said, there's certain assumptions that we have about those, and maybe you assume that the partner has the same expectations as you, so you better just make sure of that at the start. The question about having children, again, that's pretty central to your relationship, so it's important that you both are on the same page about having children and when you expect to have children and how you expect to have children. Thirdly, you talked about the expectations of extended family, and that can come in a number of guises. It can have people who come and stay, sometimes a long time, and one partner's wanting them to go and the other partner's quite comfortable with them being there because it's part of their sort of maybe culture. The fourth one you spoke about was the intention of marriage. So it's quite important for couples who are living together, or indeed not living together for that matter. Where is this relationship going? Are we going to get married? Are we going to tie the knot? And then you mentioned just other areas. Number 5 was other areas of discussion important. And you said about making a list because that will help to refresh when you are discussing about it. Well, we actually said this at the time, So it seems a little bit legalistic, but probably a good idea to just make sure we know what we're talking about. So they're setting the expectations, but let's talk a little bit now about what happens when those expectations are violated. Because in a relationship, it's not two perfect people, it's two imperfect people. And mistakes will be made even with the best of intentions. So what will you do when that happens? It depends upon what was violated, doesn't it? Be aware of what your non-negotiables are. So Mahesh, talk to us a little bit about non-negotiables.
So actually, there are two common non-negotiables. Number one is affairs, and second is physical violence, which is we call as a domestic violence. So how the situation is handled may depend upon whether or not you are married. Many people have a religious belief that marriage is for life, no matter what happens. If that is your belief, you might need the help of a third party to learn how to manage what has happened. So, know what is important and what is less so. So, one thing is very important, that compromise and flexibility are part of any relationship. What areas are you willing to be flexible about? Are you going to leave your partner because you discover you are doing more than your share of the housework, or buying most of the family gifts, or something else? So be clear about what is most important to you. If you find it difficult to be flexible, perhaps you would benefit from discussing with a third party why that is true for you. The lack of flexibility can relate to control issues because you don't feel safe. So, if you find yourself being too flexible, as you as in you feel taken the advantage of, use your reflective listening skills. And if that does not help, an objective third party may be needed.
A lot of good points there, Mahesh. It's impossible to cover everything that's important to discuss in this topic. We've given you a beginning point, and throughout this course, we can consider all of these things beginning points. But know what's important to you and to your partner. That makes life fun, exciting, and keeps the passion going. In the next lesson, we'll review everything that we've covered in this module. But as usual, before moving on, please reflect on what we've discussed today, re-listen to the video, take some notes, and then discuss that yourselves. So until next time, we'll see you in the next lesson.